Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 26th of May 2025. Now the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies guys have marginally fallen down because President Donald Trump looks like he wants to go ahead and impose a 50% tariffs on European Union and because of that guys, the global market has shaken up and that has had a negative impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now it's really important to note guys, President Donald Trump is an absolute genius regarding tariffs. And historically speaking, by implementing tariffs, the inflation has actually gone down. As a matter of fact, guys, in his second term, for the very first time in 4 years, the inflation did actually go down. And if you look at the inflation numbers via the Bureau of Labor Statistics, guys, the inflation has actually gone down. And whether we like it or not, we have to give credit to tariffs, isn't it? Because the CPI data or the inflation data does take into consideration the tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump. Now in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. Now that thing being said guys, there is a positive momentum so far as Bitcoin ETF is concerned. And it is needless to say that BlackRock is clearly dominating the space. And they are recording some really interesting numbers. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what is it that BlackRock is doing particularly so far as ETF is concerned. And they pulled in a staggering $877 million in just one day. Now look guys, me personally am not a fan of ETF as such. But so far as BlackRock is concerned, they're definitely changing the whole perception regarding Bitcoin, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and explain what this news is all about. Now we do have a negative news that is connected to the ecosystem guys. And one of the decentralized exchanges did have an attack and around $200 million were compromised. And this particular attack guys is called as Oracle Manipulation Attack. And I'll go ahead and discuss what this attack is and what is the update to this. Now it's needless to say guys, things such as this is definitely not good for the cryptocurrency world. But so far as cryptocurrencies are concerned guys, there are so many notorious actors in this space. And I'm pretty much sure we'll be seeing similar such news in the near future as well. Now since 2023 guys, the whole narrative regarding stablecoins has changed. And historically guys, I've always said this. According to me, stablecoin issuers are literally replacing the role of a bank. As a matter of fact guys, two banking giants, that is JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America, they are in talks of issuing stablecoins as well. And with President Donald Trump's administration, guys, they are on the verge of passing a Genius Act that does actively promote stablecoins. So what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. But at the same time, guys, it's really important to note, this particular news may not be 100% legitimate because Wall Street Journal has published this article and they have not cited any sources as such. And lately, when you talk about US politics, guys, Wall Street Journal has been puking quite a lot of fake news, so we definitely need to be aware of that as well. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now both the news guys are absolutely massive news. The first one is connected to Arabic artificial intelligence and Dubai Trajana guys. They have secured $15 million to accelerate Arabic AI rollout. So we'll definitely go ahead and share what this news is all about. Now the second news guys is probably the biggest news in 2025 and this is connected to the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and Abu Dhabi's G42, which just might be one of the biggest companies in the world so far as artificial intelligence is concerned guys. They have recently teamed up with OpenAI, Oracle, as well as Nvidia, and they want to go ahead and build Stargate United Arab Emirates. Now Stargate in US is completely different guys, but looks like this is connected to that. And if I'm not mistaken, Stargate in US guys, they raised somewhere between $500 billion and President Donald Trump did actually make an official announcement regarding this. But this news guys is focused on Stargate United Arab Emirates and essentially it is going to be a global tech alliance. So in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now you would know by now that earlier this month, President Donald Trump did actually visit the Middle East, isn't it? And he did make some really iconic partnership. And so far as United Arab Emirates is concerned guys, G42 as well as OpenAI were actively involved as well. So things are definitely looking good so far as artificial intelligence is concerned. And even if we talk about the relationship between United Arab Emirates and US guys, things are definitely looking good right now, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this news. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region with over 2 decades of experience.
Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, because of President Donald Trump notoriously playing with tariffs, the global cryptocurrency market has gone down, and today it is at $3.49 trillion. But look, as President Donald Trump did actually make an announcement a few hours ago that he wants to go ahead and delay the 50% tariffs imposed on European unions, and because of that, the prices are gradually beginning to pick up pace, and there's a very high possibility, guys, by the time you're listening to this episode, the numbers will drastically change. And these are the crazy narratives in the cryptocurrency space, isn't it? And if you look at the global cryptocurrency market since the last 24 hours, guys, it is actually pumped up by 3.33%. Now, it's really important to understand, guys. I'm looking at this number in the early hours of the buy, and technically it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries. Now I do have an interesting news to cover regarding ETF inflows, guys. And last weekend BlackRock did make some really humongous numbers, and if you look at the ETF inflows since the last 24 hours, and I'm talking about the number from the 25th and 26th, the ETF inflows is at $681.1 million. And if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, guys, it is at $90.80 billion. Now $90.80 billion for a Sunday in the Western countries and early hours of the buy on Monday is definitely great. It would be even better if the numbers above the $100 billion mark. But to be honest, guys, I'm totally content that the total cryptocurrency market volume is $90.80 billion. And since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 11.06%. Now, if you look at the volume of decentralized finance, guys, the numbers have definitely increased, and PancakeSwap is definitely taking leaps and bounds. And if you look at the volume of decentralized finance as such, today it is at $16.87 billion, and the total value locked is at a staggering $115.95 billion. And what I'm really liking is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, and today the percentage is at 46.03%. But look, guys, I have to warn you, there is a very high possibility out of this 46.03%. Centralized exchanges may be accounting for maybe 20%, maybe even 25 or 30%, and that, to be honest, is definitely not good, isn't it? I'd really like to see the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance purely by average individuals like you and me. And let's say if this percentage is about the 40 to 60% mark for let's say 6 to 8 months, then we can confidently state that the world is ready for decentralized exchanges, isn't it? And if you look at the volume of decentralized finance, guys, today it is accounting for 11.01% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And right now, guys, there's so much of hype regarding tokenization. And what I've been doing since the last week or so, I'm also looking at the total value locked under real world asset tokenization. And today the total value locked is $12.47 billion. Now what you can do is, guys, you can go to defilama.com and you can run through these numbers yourself as well. Now let me quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, because PancakeSwap, as I mentioned earlier, guys, the numbers are completely off the chart, and right now it is at $9.68 billion. And I'm really curious to check if the 24-hour volume of Pancake continues for the next few days. Now look at this difference, guys. Uniswap is at number 2nd now, but the 24-hour volume of Uniswap is 1/3 of PancakeSwap. It is at $2.35 billion. Radium, guys, is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $754.24 million. Orca is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is $437.37 million. PancakeSwap, guys, is at number 5th, and its 24-hour volume is $425.41 million. So it looks like a lot of activity is actually taking place in PancakeSwap. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, try to look at the momentum that is currently taking place in Binance BNB chain, because if I'm not mistaken, PancakeSwap is a decentralized exchange which is more connected to Binance BNB chain, isn't it? Now let's quickly run through some numbers regarding stable coins. Now this number is definitely not great, guys, but I would really recommend you to keep a track of the 24-hour trading volume on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and this would give us a very strong indication as to which direction the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be heading towards. Because look, guys, President Donald Trump has delayed the decision to increase the 50% tax on European unions, and because of that, a lot of people will go ahead and start investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and the 24-hour volume of stable coins is a very good indication now, because what happens is a lot of centralized exchanges, guys, they ask you to go ahead and buy a lot of stable coins and then convert it into buying a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And because of that, what I'd really recommend you to do is keep a track on the 24-hour trading volume, then keep a track on the volume of stable coins, and then keep a track of the 24-hour cryptocurrency market volume. And let's say, guys, if the 24-hour volume is increasing and the volume of stable coins is increasing, and if the prices of Bitcoin in particular is being pumped up, there is a very high possibility that the price of Bitcoin will actually reach a new all-time high. But look, guys, whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice, and make sure you go ahead and do your own research. Now regarding the volume of Tether USDT, guys, it is still leading the pack with $63.24 billion, and Tether's dominance is accounting for 62.25%, and the number second so far as the 24-hour volume of stablecoins is concerned is Circle USDC, and its 24-hour volume is $8.38 billion. FDUSD, guys, is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $3.73 billion. Now let's quickly run to the market cap, dominance, and 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And unfortunately, guys, the market cap of both Bitcoin and Ethereum has marginally gone down. Bitcoin's market cap is down to $2.13 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is still about the $300 billion mark.
But in comparison to last week, guys, it has marginally gone down and its market cap is at $304 billion. Now, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $47.01 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $31.77 billion. Now, if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin, guys, right now it is at 61.10%, and I've always said this, guys, when the prices are pumping up, it is okay if the dominance is increasing, but since the last 72 hours, Bitcoin's dominance has actually marginally gone down, but Ethereum's dominance has actually pumped up, and right now it is at 8.70%. Now, every day, guys, in the Blockchain DXB podcast, I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? And this week, guys, I want to take a deep dive into the decentralized apps, and what I want to do is, today I want to look at the top blockchain decentralized apps, and all of this data is available by a website called State of the Dapps, and this website, guys, is managed by Tim Draper, who's one of the OGs in the Bitcoin space, isn't it? Now, look, guys, it's really important to understand now, when you're looking at this particular matrix, there are different ways to go ahead and analyze it. You can go ahead and look at it in terms of dollar amount, you can go ahead and look at it in terms of the balance, but what I want to do is, I want to go ahead and look at the top decentralized apps based on something called as UAW, that is essentially unique active wallet interactions, because I want to go ahead and find out how many people are using the so-called decentralized apps, because look, guys, the whole purpose of Ethereum was to apps such as, let's say, LinkedIn, Tinder, Instagram, or even Facebook Messenger to be working on decentralized applications, isn't it? But truth be told, guys, I'm not seeing any mainstream apps, at least for now, working on decentralized apps. But there are a lot of new apps that are currently working only on decentralized apps. And the number one, guys, is a decentralized app called as LOL. And the unique active wallet interaction is showing as 3.61 million. Now, it does not mean since the last 24 hours that there are 3.61 million people using it. Rather, what it means is that there are 3.61 million smart contracts, and there is a very high possibility that the number of people actually using is significantly higher or even less. But knowing the notorious history in the cryptocurrency space, guys, I do think that these numbers are highly manipulated. Now, the second one is a dApp called Sky Ching, and the unique active wallet interaction is 2 million. The third one is Waldo's Dipians, and the unique active wallet interaction is 1.22 million. Now, by the name, you can say it is more connected to a gaming protocol, isn't it? Now, if it is a gaming decentralized app, guys, these numbers definitely make a lot of sense, because a lot of transactions do keep happening back and forth, isn't it? Now, the number 4 is Pump.Fun, and the unique active wallet interaction is 671,000. This, according to me, guys, also makes a lot of sense, because a lot of people are actually using Pump.Fun, isn't it? And at number 5 is a decentralized app called as Hot Protocol, and the unique active wallet interaction is 659,000. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to this website called State of the Dapps, and as I mentioned earlier, you can sort it based on different matrix. According to me, guys, usage is probably the most important thing, particularly when you talk about decentralized apps. Now, let's see, if you talk about decentralized finance as such, then maybe the dollar value is important. So let's see, in the episode that I release tomorrow and the day after, I'll try to look at the same matrix but from a different parameter. Now, guys, let's go ahead and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. Now, the prices of Bitcoin has fallen down miserably, guys, but right now it is still at $107,631. Last weekend, guys, Bitcoin did actually reach a new all-time high, and the prices of Bitcoin did actually cross $111,000 mark, and on certain exchanges, guys, it did even cross $113,000 mark. So keeping that thing in mind, the price fall is definitely a lot, isn't it? And I'm looking at this matrix via CoinGecko, guys, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, because President Donald Trump has delayed the decision regarding tariffs, there is a very high possibility by the time I'm editing this episode, the prices will be showing completely different. Now, since the last 24 hours, the price of Bitcoin is down by 1.20%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 3.73%. Ethereum, guys, right now is at $2,519, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.26%, but since the last 7 days, it is actually up by 6.38%. Ripple or XRP is at $2.30, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.84%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 2.36%. Now look, guys, President Donald Trump, according to me, is an absolute genius so far as tariffs is concerned. And historically speaking, guys, even in his first term, he did use tariffs in a really positive way, and the inflation was actually the lowest. And what happened, guys, is on the 23rd of May 2025, President Donald Trump did actually announce plans to impose such steep tariffs, and that was 50% on European Union goods and 25% on iPhones manufactured abroad. Cause Tim Cook did actually make an announcement that he wants to go ahead and set up his operations in India, isn't it? And President Donald Trump was definitely not happy about it, and he was extremely vocal about it as well. And he did actually state, guys, that he did actually speak to Tim Cook, and he did actually inform him that if he does go ahead and build it in India, there will be a 25% tariffs. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what is it that Tim Cook would actually do. That's really important to note, guys. Apple is still committed to investing $500 billion in the United States of America. Now, regarding this 50% tariffs on European Union goods, guys, this unexpected threat unsettled global markets, and it did increase uncertainty and risk aversion among investors. And because of that, guys, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies did actually fall down. Now, look, guys, according to me, President Donald Trump is just using it as a negotiation tool. And guess what, guys? European Union did actually call President Donald Trump, and they did request him to go ahead and delay the decision. And he did agree to delaying the decision, guys. But most likely, if I'm not mistaken, the decision is delayed till the 15th of July. So look, guys, because of this temporary breather, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are definitely pumping up once again. Now, it's really important to note, guys, the so-called specialized analysts, they are suggesting that the proposed tariffs by President Donald Trump could have significant economic implications, potentially affecting consumer prices and international trade dynamics. Now look, they said the exact same things, and they were saying that the inflation will actually pick up pace. But guys, when the inflation data was out earlier this month, for the very first time in almost 4 years, the inflation did actually go down. So there is a lot of incorrect and misleading information circulating regarding tariffs, guys, and it's so important to understand. Because of tariffs, President Donald Trump has already secured more than $10 trillion, and mainstream media is not covering this news, isn't it? So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the official White House website, read through all the information regarding tariffs. And over the weekend, guys, President Donald Trump was also successful in passing the one beautiful bill, isn't it? So far as the US economy is concerned, guys, things are definitely looking great, and the United States of America is definitely heading towards a golden era. And because President Donald Trump is a massive advocate of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, guys, things will definitely be looking great so far as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are concerned. And along with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, guys, ETFs connected to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies also having a phenomenal week. As a matter of fact, guys, when the prices of Bitcoin reached a new all-time high, there was a lot of inflows on Bitcoin ETF. As a matter of fact, guys, on the 23rd of May 2025, BlackRock's IBIT Bitcoin ETF became the most traded ETF in US, and it did pull in $877 million in a single day, and it is the highest ever daily inflows. And BlackRock now boasts $45 billion in total assets, and they saw $5.2 billion in trading volumes, and this, guys, is the second highest in its history. And Bloomberg's Eric Balcones, guys, called the surge a classic reading frenzy as IBIT continues to dominate institutional Bitcoin exposure. Now, historically, guys, I've always said this, in order to stay updated with ETFs connected to Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, Eric Balcones is the guy. So please feel free to follow him on Twitter or X, and he does have a podcast as well, if I'm not mistaken, guys. And based on my understanding, he's a massive fan of Solana blockchain as well. Now, the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about is not a positive news, and this is connected to Sui blockchain. And unfortunately, guys, on the 2nd of May 2025, Sui's largest decentralized exchange, that is Cetus Protocol, suffered a $223 million Oracle manipulation attack, and exploiters deployed spoof tokens to distort past data and drain liquidity pools, and meme tokens like Lofi, Sudeng, and Squirtle crashed by up to 97%, and the Sui token dumped down a lot by well over 2 digits. Now, the crazy thing, guys, is that the attacker still holds $164 million of Sui token, and he has bid $65.5 million USDC to Ethereum. Now, regarding the protocol that is Cetus, guys, they did manage to pause the contracts, they identified and even fixed the bug, and proposed an on-chain vote to return frozen assets without a chain rollback. Now, really, I'm not sure if that is the right thing to do or not, but this particular incident, guys, did actually spark a debate on Sui's decentralized and validator coordination, because the moment you talk about freezing assets, guys, irrespective of hacker attacks, it does raise a massive red flag regarding centralization, isn't it? But the good thing, guys, is as of 25th of 2025, the Sui ecosystem continues to address the aftermath of significant exploit on Cetus Protocol, and the token is up by 2.2%, and it is currently trading at $3.53. Now look, guys, whether we like it or not, these hacks and attacks will be taking place in the cryptocurrency and so-called distributed world, And one of the drawbacks of blockchain at distributed world, guys, is who goes it and takes the onus in case of a centralized exchange. There is a centralized entity who can go ahead and manage it, isn't it? And a lot of regulations, guys, now are having insurance in place as well. But in case of decentralized exchanges, it does become next to impossible to go ahead and manage these things, isn't it? Now you can make an argument that this is a strength of a distributed or decentralized world as well. But look, guys, hacks and attacks are definitely not looking good for the cryptocurrency and blockchain space. Now, guys, let me go ahead and touch base on some news regarding stable coins. And Wall Street Journal, guys, they reported last week on Thursday, as a matter of fact, that big banks are exploring the so-called stablecoin world. And according to the article, guys, the discussion involves payment companies co-owned by JP Morgan Chase, as well as other large banks. Now, as much as I like to believe this news, guys, they have not named any sources. And historically speaking, so far as US politics is concerned, guys, Wall Street Journal has been publishing quite a lot of fake news, isn't it? But what they have actually posted in the article is that one bank consortium is a possibility, and it has been discussed by JP Morgan Chase as well as other banks, and they want to create a model that lets other banks use stable coins. And based on the article, this particular move by the banks is in addition to the co-owners of clearinghouse and early warning services. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America do actually come up with the stable coins. And look, guys, historically I've always said this, we from the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space should not be a massive advocate of stable coins, because stablecoin issuers, guys, they definitely do not follow the ethos of open blockchain. And I've started a new project, guys, called as Bitcoin DXB, and the website for that is www.bitcoindxb.org. And if you actually go to the homepage, guys, you can clearly see pillars of open blockchain, and stablecoin issuers, they definitely do not follow the ethos of open blockchain. Now, the Trump administration is also going to be signing a Genius Act, and whether we like it or not, guys, these acts and bills will actually be supporting the banking industry. So part of me is kind of upset with this particular bill, because you also completely go and dismiss algorithmically backed stable coins. But look, guys, this is a blue ocean. If someone comes up with an algorithmically backed stable coin, they can definitely go and steadily compete with centralized stable coins. Who's to say, guys, maybe we need another Satoshi Nakamoto moment. Maybe using artificial intelligence, we can come up with a completely algorithmically backed stable coin. And that, to be honest, guys, could be the next biggest innovation in my honest opinion. So these were the news, guys, from the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. Now let's go ahead and look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is connected to an Arabic language tech firm, and Tarjana, guys, which is a Dubai-based Arabic language tech firm. They have reached $15 million in Series A funding, and the funding round is aimed at accelerating the rollout of its Arabic AI platform. And the investment round was led by Global Ventures, which is a prominent MENA venture capital firm, and other investors include Wamda Capital, TA Ventures, Phase Ventures, Golden Gate Ventures, and Endeavor Catalyst. And this particular fund, guys, will be used to enhance Tarjana's Arabic AI agentic ecosystem. And the platform, guys, is called as Arabic.ai. And essentially, it is a platform using AI agents tailored for Arabic language and regional needs. And the platform aims to optimize and automate business processing using artificial intelligence. And Tarjama, guys, plans to double its research and engineering team with its capital injection. And the company also intends to launch an AI academy to train business and government leaders. And the training academy will focus on advanced AI development in the region. And Tarjana operates in over 30 markets globally. And its platform processes more than 2 billion words as well. And the service supports over 50 languages, and it does understand and process 22 Arabic dialects, catering to regional linguistic diversity as well. And the firm, guys, is positioning itself as a leader in Arabic Center AI solutions, and over the last 3 years, guys, Tarjana has seen a compound annual growth rate of 20%, and this particular funding does highlight the growing investor confidence in AI innovation in the MENA region, isn't it? So definitely brilliant news. But the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about might be the biggest news, not just in United Arab Emirates, but also so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, guys. And the news essentially is that Stargate United Arab Emirates is a groundbreaking AI infrastructure cluster launched through a global tech alliance. And check this out, guys. Key partners include G42, OpenAI, Oracle, Nvidia, SoftBank Group, and Cisco. These are some of the high-tech companies in the world, isn't it? And this Stargate UAE, guys, will operate from the newly established 5 GW United Arab Emirates USAI campus in Abu Dhabi. And G42, guys, will build the first gigawatt Stargate United Arab Emirates, and OpenAI and Oracle will operate it as well, and Cisco cards will provide zero trust security and AI-optimized connectivity for the platform, and Nvidia will supply cutting-edge Grace Blackwell GB300 system for high-performance computing. And the first 200 megawatt computer cluster is set to go live in 2026, and so far Stargate United Arab Emirates is concerned, guys, they aim to offer nation-scale compute and low-latency interferencing, and the platform is built to enable trusted, scalable artificial intelligence infrastructure and responsible innovation, and it will support the advancement in healthcare, transportation, and quite a lot more. And the broader UAE-USA campus, guys, squares across 10 square miles, and it is the largest outside the United States of America. And the campus, guys, will feature 5 gigawatts of AI data center capacity using nuclear, solar, as well as natural gas. And it also includes a science park focused on innovation, talent development, and sustainability. And this initiative, guys, is aligned with the US-UAE AI Acceleration Program, and they want to promote safe and secure artificial intelligence. And the United Arab Emirates, guys, will also invest in AI infrastructure in the United States, supporting projects like Stargate US. And this initiative, guys, is in line with the American First Investment Policy, isn't it? And it does deepen bilateral cooperation, and leaders in OpenAI, Oracle, Nvidia, SoftBank, Cisco, and G42 emphasize digital sovereignty, global benefit, and responsible progress. And Stargate United Arab Emirates, guys, represents a historical milestone in global AI collaboration, innovation, and national development as well. So according to me, guys, this is a massive news so far as artificial intelligence is concerned. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Raju asks, why do you say that tariffs are going to be reducing the inflation numbers? Because a lot of so-called experts are saying that inflation will actually pick up pace. This, to be honest, Raju, is such a brilliant question, and I hate saying this. A lot of information that you're seeing regarding tariffs are completely driven by mainstream media, and a lot of mainstream media, they're putting out a completely different and fake narrative regarding tariffs. Because look, firstly, you need to understand the massive difference between tariffs in the United States of America and other countries. And President Donald Trump on 2nd of April did actually call it as Liberation Day. And what he actually did, Raj, he did actually put out a chart, and it did actually show what tariffs other countries are charging the United States of America. And some countries are charging 80%. Vietnam, I believe, charges 90%. But so far as US is concerned, they are charging them near 5% and 10%. Now, President Donald Trump, he would like to have a world where there's completely zero tariffs. But because there is so much of imbalance, he wants the United States of America to have an equal playing field. And even with the new tariffs, Raj, it's really important to understand now, United States of America is not charging a single country more than what they are charging. Now, mainstream media is not talking about it, isn't it? And more importantly, Raj, by implementing tariffs, President Donald Trump is motivating people to go ahead and start their firms in the United States of America. And if they go ahead and build a company in the United States of America, Raj, they don't have to pay absolutely any tariffs. And that is precisely the reason why TSMC, which is a massive giant so far semiconductors are concerned, they have decided to set up the office in the United States of America. Along with that, even Nvidia, for the very first time, they are building the offices in the United States of America. So look, when you talk about inflation, there's a lot of negative things connected to tariffs. And Raj, even if you look at President Donald Trump's first term, he did implement similar tariffs, and that time the inflation did actually go down. And the exact same thing is happening this time as well. And Raj, I often say this in my podcast as well as my clients, that regarding tariffs, go to the official White House website and read through the tariffs, and you would be surprised. A lot of incorrect information is actually published by mainstream media. And President Donald Trump, because of tariffs, has secured close to $10 trillion. This, to be honest, is a staggering investment. And when these investments grow into the United States of America, it does actually help the US economy, isn't it? And because of that, the inflation will be going down. And look, Raj, as we speak right now, there's news developing that President Donald Trump does have legal power to go ahead and fight Jerome Powell, and the Supreme Court looks like it has given an okay for that. And if that thing happens, the new federal chair will be in a position to go ahead and reduce the interest rate, because look, the inflation as it is going down, so there is no point in keeping the interest rate the same. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the next FOMC meeting announcement is. And over the weekend, someone did actually ask me a question regarding CPI numbers, so what I'd really recommend you to do is go ahead and listen to that particular episode, because if I'm not mistaken, the next inflation data will be out on the 6th of June, and I'm pretty much sure the inflation numbers will be dying down. And what happens right before that, the economic outlook data is out, and that talks about the labor market conditions, the supply chain management, and quite a lot of other information. And because of tariffs, things are definitely looking good for United States of America. Now you also need to remember DOGE, that is Department of Government Efficiency. They're also reducing a lot of wasteful spendings, and a lot of people are talking about DOGE is doing incorrect things. That again is completely a false narrative. What I'd really recommend our listeners to do is go to doge.gov, and you'll be surprised all of the spending is completely open source, and that according to me is a genius move by Elon Musk as well. So look, according to me, tariffs will definitely not be negatively impacting inflation. As a matter of fact, inflation did actually go down after the tariffs kicked in, and I'm pretty much sure that trend will be continuing as well. And because of that, there's going to be a positive impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies too. So definitely interesting question. And that's about all, guys. I'm the Ask Me Anything Season Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays we have the Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process. We also look at some macro level news, and lately we are looking at politics and its impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And then we also look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East from the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence world. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.